I'm just hearing about the putting out clips before the full episode.
I mean, I feel like that really only happens in hip hop. I don't see people doing it in like the comedy space or the YouTuber interview space or anything. But in hip hop, they do it.
To me, it would make more sense if it was a shorter clip. Like 5 to 15 minutes feels like such a sizable chunk of the episode that people maybe already got their itch scratched. Where if it was like a much shorter clip, it'd be more like a trailer for the episode.
But you know, it all goes back to DJ Vlad because he's basically the dude who like wrote the playbook for what rap interviews were going to look like. And his thing has always been, he'll do a 2-hour interview with you and maybe he cuts it up into 15 or 20 clips and those come out one per day and then he puts the full thing online. And like as a result, you see all the smaller rap YouTube channels kind of like jacking that delivery, and then we kind of ended up doing it too. And the thing that is good about it though is just that it allows you to, if I have a Steve-O interview, it's like, here's a Steve-O interesting clip every day for a week or 2 weeks or however long, and then by the time the full thing comes out, it's like, it's hard to like not notice those clips coming out. Like seeing those in your subscriber inbox over and over and over just kind of like cements it into your head. Like, oh, this actually happened. Whereas sometimes, you know, you put out an interview with someone and if you don't really do clips, it's like, it just doesn't feel like you like really took advantage of it.
But again, if you do that with a bunch of clips and then by the time the actual full episode comes out, people are like, oh man, I watched like the whole thing already.
Oh no, it is a weird thing.
Yeah, who knows? Are we already on? I forget how you do it.
We could just jump in like nothing.
Go. Let's start by telling everybody what a kook I am.
Why? Why you say that?
Well, just because, man, like we had this like this misunderstanding where you know, you've got your team that like books the stuff, like schedules the podcast. We were supposed to do this, Thursday or something? I don't know, a few days ago.
Right.
We were supposed to do it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So we're doing mine at 10 a.m. And whatever they were gonna do, like I knew you had to be wrapped by 1:30 p.m. 10 a.m. So we get there and it's like literally 10 on the dot. My guy's like, okay, I'm hitting record. And we're sitting there, and then, like, you know, it's been like an hour, and I was like, man, like, we've been sitting on our asses waiting for an hour. Like, I'm just going to go do my day, you know? And then when I look back at the text, your person said, set up at 10 a.m. And I'm like, oh, well, oops.
Yeah, because I really hate people who, like, are late or don't show up. Just because I deal with so many people who are late for the interview thing that to me, it's like I'm always on time. But the time that she had told me, because I'm actually that morning I had texted Laura while I was working out and I was like, oh my God, why do you have me at 10:30 for this interview? You know I can't be there till 11 because I work out at 8:30. So if I'm done at 9:30, then I have an hour to shower and eat and then drive here. So I basically need an hour and a half to shower, eat, and drive here. And then she's like, no, you're good, because you only have to be there at 11. They're going to set up at 10. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think moving forward, I think everybody's going to have a more, like, distinct...
Yeah, I would definitely have thought twice about it if I had known, because I hate the idea of standing up Steve-O. You can't stand up Steve-O.
Oh, well, dude.
He's been through so much.
You know, it's just like...
That's like on a like retired general or something. Like you've been through too much. We owe you too much for your sacrifice, man.
Well, hey, man, I'm glad that we got it back on the books quickly. And I had a wildly productive day. It was really great that that got me out of bed so much earlier than usual. I'm not a morning guy.
You're not?
No, not even.
I feel like once you're in recovery and you kind of, or even just when you become like an older guy in general, you tend to gravitate towards waking up earlier.
Oh, dude.
For me, that's the case for sure.
I am not there. But in any case, man, I started my day like pretty early. I got a bunch of stuff done. And here we are on the No Jumper, man.
Hey, we're here. But okay, what time you go to bed and what time you wake up?
I'll get in bed like 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
And I'll fight my ass off to sleep until at least 9.
Okay.
I have basically a rule when I go to bed with my lady, like I don't want any alarm set. Like I get very distressed if I'm gonna have to set an alarm for less than 8 hours after I go to sleep.
Okay. I set mine for about 7 to 8 hours every day.
Yeah. And 8 hours doesn't even cut it. Do you have the Whoop?
I did it for a while. I'm currently off it, but I'm thinking about getting it again.
Dude, I love it, man. Like, it tells me like the difference between how much time I spent in bed versus how much time I was actually asleep, and how much of that sleep was actually worth a damn.
Is it a big difference? Because I found when I did it that pretty much as soon as I get in the bed that I'm falling asleep.
That's good. But there's different stages of sleep too.
Yeah. Because I thought that for sure I was going to figure out that smoking weed was like ruining my sleep. And I did not find that. It actually said that I was sleeping really good. And I was like very kind of distressed by that because I'm like, I got this bracelet because I thought it was going to tell me to stop smoking. And instead you're telling me that it's kind of all right. And I got a lung scan done. They said, you're fine. Your lungs look all right. So that kind of pissed me off too. I'm like, why did I pay for this? You're supposed to tell me that I'm going to die.
So what's the underlying issue that's causing you to seek a reason to stop smoking weed?
You know, I just kind of feel like it's the final frontier. Like I'm not doing anything else bad for myself, but that's like the one nasty thing I still have. Like I'll have days where I do, 2 hours, 3 hours of working out in here, 5-6 hours on camera, grinding it out, go home, take care of my kid. I'm eating healthy all day, got a good relationship with my girl, but then I'm still smoking spliffs before I go to bed. And that's like, I keep pushing it to later in the day. I stopped for like a month and a half. I gotta get back on.
I mean, my question is it a nasty thing? Because
yeah, it's not that bad.
like I can't do it, but like people who have diabetes can't do sugar.
Right.
It's not that sugar's a problem. It's just sugar's a problem for people with diabetes.
Right.
Like I'm an addict, so I can't do it. But if you're not it's not in the way of your hustle, that's for sure.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, it could be better. Like when I don't smoke, I feel better in the gym. I feel better doing cardio, etc. And so it's like, I know that I could improve my life with it, but somehow still, no matter how long I take a break for, like I'm about to go to Hawaii tomorrow. I'm not going to bring anything. I'm just going to have the little weed pen in case I need to, keep my brain in order.
Is flying with the weed pen cool now?
They don't give a shit, I don't think. I need everybody to check out NoJumper.com. We officially started a blog. It has in-depth articles about current events, music, etc., plus all of our content in terms of podcasts, interviews, etc. And you can get some exclusive new merch if you check out NoJumper.com, so make sure you tap in.